I mean, you got to give the guy credit over there for trying to promote the Colt over Rock River Arms and whatever. You can't blame him, but at the same time, Rock River Arms can make the same video and say, guess what? I got me not a LE1, I got LE901, I got me a LE902. I put me a label on one and mine's better than yours. That's simply all people are doing is promoting their stuff to try to get the military or whosoever else, private security, to buy their weapons because theirs is the best. That's all they're doing here. This is not something that's going to bring about martial law. This is not something that's going to be the end of the world tomorrow. Okay? Let me move on, and I've got these sites marked. Okay? Let me move on. It says that, you ready? Ready? In June, FedBizOps.gov listed a personal defense weapons solicitation issued by DHS calling for 5.56 by 45 millimeter. Wow. What? Okay. NATO selected firearms suitable for personal defense. The due date for solicitation is October 2012. Suitable for self-defense. Now, these so-called pieces of ammunition can be bought at Midway, at Brass and Bullets right up here, at Snappy's, and at Ski House right here locally. So this is nothing special in terms of ammunition for the 223 or 5.56 NATO round. This is nothing special. Don't you understand that if I had the money, if I had the wherewithal, hold on, if I had the wherewithal, let's see, I would take 1, 2, 3, 4, I would probably take 5, 6, 7. What's 7 times 3? That's 210. 7 times 3 is 21, add to 0. I'd probably take, if I had the money, I would take, 210 rounds out, and I would blast it away right now if I had the money to train, okay? What's the big deal when you got, close to 1 million, 2 million people in law enforcement and everything else that are training every day, and some people are trigger happy, and they'll do 30 rounds before you know it. This is no big deal, ladies and gentlemen. This has been going on for a long time. In terms of 40 caliber stuff, well, let's see. Well, let's look here. What do we got here? Yeah, okay. All right. I mean, what am I? Am I a DHS terrorist? Am I one going to come and take your home from you just because I happen to have 1,000 rounds of loose 40 caliber? Am I some kind of bad guy? No, I'll tell you what it is. It should be clarified in what they're doing here, but they don't clarify it because they have to use scare tactics because of the simple reason that they want you to listen to them and not to anybody else. That they have the inside info. Listen, I've got info. I've got inside info, and I'm telling you right now, they're killing their children. They're doing everything. And that's the way Alex talks. I'm not saying he ain't for real, but why can it not be that he simply tells the truth? Why can it not be that he simply says this is nothing new, that we all have ammunition, that we all train, that we all do things, but wait, if the military has, a bunch of rounds, they're in trouble. But I have a bunch of rounds and I'm not in trouble. I'm not going out to kill nobody or take your home from you or lock you up. But they make it seem as if because of LE901 rifle systems that the world's going to end tomorrow. You see? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to be nice here, but I'm getting upset. Then he goes on and ties it into, in April, we reported on the DHS awarding contracts to a munitions company for 450 million rounds of 40 caliber hollow point ammunition. As if hollow points, remember when they did it, go back and look at the article, hollow point, that's it. Bulletproof vest, can't stop it, blah, blah, blah. No, what it was is it seemed good to put it out there and scare most individuals because most individuals do not understand the bullet. They don't get it. All they know is what they're being told. And I would humbly ask Alex, I would humbly ask these other people to make it clear and explain, okay, what is and what ain't going on. Now he goes on and he says that, guess what? He says, I could understand if the U.S. military was ordering ammunition in this quantity. When you fight wars, you can go through ammunition very rapidly. No, wait a minute there, buddy. Wait a minute, Kurt. When you train, you go through ammunition. I would hate to tell you, but I will be honest, okay? In the last 3 years of my life, in the last 3 years, I'm trying to look at the camera here, but Cindy, I keep trying to look at the thing, but I keep going yonder way because I see the camera over there. In the last 2 to 3 years of my life, to be good as I am with a 300 Win Mag up to 2,090 yards, I went through, you ready? I went through, I think it was all together with different loads, I went through 1,500 rounds. Now that is a long-range weapon. That is a weapon that is precisely meant to take out or eliminate what needs to be eliminated without me being disclosed, okay? Now, it sounds like a bunch of ammo, but it really ain't when you're building and making rounds. These guys are not building and making nothing. They're ordering the things just like they are made from Federal and Winchester, and they just simply play and spray to be qualified, okay? Now, that being said, I have been known with 223 or 5.56 that goes in the AR-15, because before I moved up here, I will not disclose how many rounds I brought with me. Hallelujah, praise the Messiah that I didn't get caught with them. But I had a bunch of rounds for every caliber. Now, sometimes I will go out and train, and I will do boom, boom, and move. Sometimes, if I know there's a fictitious enemy, and there's 30 people or objects that's got to be removed, it may take me on the spray part, I may shoot 45 to 60 rounds, bam, just like that. So it's easy to go through 2,000, 3,000 rounds of 223. No big deal. And when you take that into consideration with law enforcement training and all these things that are put into the equation, you'll find out it's not a big deal to go through millions of rounds of ammunition. It's not a big deal. But we move on, and it says here that, excuse me, moves on, the American Dream blog commented following extraordinary purchase. But the Department of Homeland Security is only supposed to be shooting at people very rarely. I understand that, but what I want to get to is this. Yes, shooting at people very rarely as DHS goes, but training? Are you kidding me? I want to be kind here. They hired a bunch of stupid idiots that can't hit the broadside of the barn. Don't you know and understand they're going to be shooting left and right at everything and missing stuff, and they still got to qualify? Are you kidding? But anyway, let's move on. And then it moves on and it says the purpose behind the bulletproof boosts, but it don't say that in the original article. It says bullet resistant, but in this article it says bulletproof boosts. They are bullet resistant. But Kurt says, Kurt Nemo says bulletproof. No, they're not. No, they're not. Any idiot that knows weapons would know they're not bulletproof. They're bullet resistant. Anyway, is unknown, but the DHS has publicly announced that it plans to increase the number of unannounced checkpoints manned by TSA and Viper teams and other federal agents beyond the 9,300 that were set up last year alone, Watson wrote at the time. Now, I am not sitting here and beating up on Alex or anybody else. I am simply bringing about the fact that, you know what? It ought to be separated. Alex, man, I love you. Kurt, I love you, man. Separate it out, man. Don't draw this stuff into there to hype people up when there ain't nothing going on. Come on, man. Alex, I heard you the other day talking about evil and how it exists and the kids being killed and taken away. Come on, man, you do good work, but don't mix this crap together as if it's over with. And then, if that ain't enough, we tied in with in February Gerald Celente told Alex Jones 2012 witnessed bank runs, riots, and other. Now, I don't have a problem with that. But when you tie all this with some kind of, and the thing of it is this modular carbine, all it means is you can change the lower and put a bigger upper on it. In other words, you simply take a small, hold on, don't leave me. It was this size, and now it's half that size. That's all they're doing. They're just simply utilizing the same trigger and magazine port, okay, and dropping a upper receiver on it that does not make it be a long-range weapon that's effective to kill people at 2,000 yards or 1,500 yards. It simply means that they're getting a little bit bigger bullet, okay? But by the way, if you go look it up, don't take my word for it, look it up, unless they have the scope, unless they have everything they need, unless they have the understanding to be able to discern and realize just how far the target is, they just going to pray and they going to spray. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to be ugly about Alex or Kurt, and I hope Alex don't think I'm being ugly about it, but I wished with all that he's doing this good that he would try to really separate this stuff out and try to put it in its proper perspective before Alex winds up by way of Kurt Demo or Paul Watson or anybody else and somebody goes off on a tangent when they should not over 36 Colts that are interchangeable from AR-15 to 308. Oh, and by the way, one more thing, real quick. We know the economy. Yep, I should have played basketball. We know the economy is going to crash. We know that there will be looters and bad people coming around. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that eventually the military is going to come. But we also know this, that just like the, who said this? And Alex, you tell them. Kurt, you tell them, okay? You guys are great guys. Y'all tell them. You know, under every blade of grass in America is a weapon. And by the way, it ain't just 22s that are single shots. We have the capability and the availability to get whatever they're getting, except we are not in the fully automatic mode. And by the way, we don't need fully automatic mode if we swap from the spray tactics to the long range. All we want to do is pull the bolt back, drop one in if we are capable, and one shot, one kill, and move on down the road, whether it be an elk or whatever. So ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to be close to Alex, tell him, I'm not beating him up. I'm not beating up Kurt, Mr. Kurt. I'm simply saying, don't compile this stuff together for scare tactics. Let's take it, hey, we got enough on our plate to start with. Let's put it out line upon line, precept upon precept. Let's take it and put it where it ought to be put, and don't confuse the people. Y'all have a great day. It's 5 o'clock and my time is up. I'm just simply saying, don't scare the people. Enlighten and inform them. Y'all have a great day. End time watching. I'll see you.